Samson, thank you for sending me this wireless in-ear monitor pack. We are going to see how good it is. If you've been around the channel any amount of time, you know I've been using the Phoenix Pro PTM 10. That is the one that would be in direct competition with this in that it is a stereo wireless mid-tier budget wireless system. And so I would say this is mid-tier. The Phoenix Pro is low tier in that it's the most budget, where this comes in at around $550 on Amazon. And the Phoenix Pro is like $217. I just looked it up. So about double the price. Is it worth it? Well, there are some things that I know this does that the Phoenix Pro does not, and there might be some other features as we open it. Let's get into it. One of the things I know this does is it allows you to scan frequencies, which is really good. I just watched Scott Yule's video. That guy's awesome for getting into the nitty gritty of all of that. I really appreciate his channel. If you don't already subscribe to him, you definitely should do that. And go watch his video on it. But I want to just show you my experience and tell you if I would suggest this pack or the Phoenix Pro. I've been a Phoenix Pro, user forever, and I've used that cheap pack for like 4 years, and it broke just the clip broke, and that was it. And I asked for a new one. They sent me a new one, but the connection is inside these little plastic things, and that's what broke off last time. So that was good, but it is cheap, and sometimes there is interference in our big metal building, and I just deal with it because it's nice and it's budget. But I think this one's a little bit nicer. So if you have the budget, should you upgrade? Let's see what comes in the box. Get a power supply. We have the receiver, probably a plastic. We'll peel that off in a bit. Comes with 2 TS cables, rack mounted equipment stuff, which I never rack mount mine. Comes with the antenna, the body pack. Can't wait to see what the build is like. And then some in-ears. Let's see if this actually peels. Oh yeah, it's gonna peel. I love doing this. She's a beaut, Clark. Take a look at the in-ear monitors real quick. I really love the case. Look at that case. Nice and sturdy. There they are. Now, I never pay attention to the in-ear monitors that they send in these because they're always throwaway, but the way they have these packaged seem like these aren't bad. Look at this. They're actually nice. Usually they're just like these little tiny buds that you're like, it would be just for emergency purposes only, but this actually doesn't look bad at all. The way they look, we'll hear how they sound. Got the memory foam tips. Very nice. That's awesome. Comes with a nice pack, a bunch of extra tips, and that's really nice because you don't want your in-ears to get crushed, and that's pretty sturdy. All right, here's the part that's exciting for me anyways, and that is the body pack. There it is. Is it metal? It is metal. Okay. See, the Phoenix Pro is plastic, and it's the plastic edges that broke off, even though the clip was metal. There's a video I made about that. You can go check it out. But even though the clip was metal, the body was plastic, and it was this little raised part, and it broke off. And I'm still paranoid week to week that I'm going to break it off again because I usually keep it on my backside, and sometimes I sit down and forget that I have it, and that's how it broke last time. We have everything you would expect to have. The on and off button is also the volume knob. One of the things I like about the Phoenix Pro, not that I don't know why I'm talking about that so much other than that's what I use, is that it has a separate volume and power switch, because sometimes I like to just set the volume and be able to turn it on and off rather than try to remember where I was. So, for me, I play in church. Right after the sermon, I usually have my pack off. I go on stage, and then I turn it on, and I have to kind of try to remember where it was. And it might be a little bit too loud, and then I'll have to go over and try to adjust it while I'm playing guitar. So that's one feature I've been spoiled at, but I think most of them are like this. We have a couple menu buttons up and down. Good. Where do you put the batteries in? Right here on the bottom. All right, one of the cool things I've seen already is that they allow you to put the antenna on the front. Look at this. You can put it on the back, and I'll show you the back panel in a second, but you can put it on the front as well, which, may, depending on how this thing is facing, may give you better connectivity, which sounds like a really good thing. You also have your headphone monitors right here, up and down arrows for the menu. This is an encoder plus a button. Back panel, we have our power, the loop, the ins and outs, and the other antenna. Let's see what it looks like when we kick it on. See what happens. Ear amp. Boom, it already goes to a channel. Now, after watching Scott Yule's video, I didn't realize this, but if you want to do a channel scan, you need to do it from the pack first. So I'm gonna try that. So we actually want to hold this button, powering off, and we're gonna go to menu and find the scan. So we hold this, and this is where up and down arrows come into play. So let's check and make sure that we're stereo. We are. That's good. Volume boost. Let's see. It gives us up to 6 dB. Okay, we like that. Let's just keep it on 0 for now. High EQ. You can do a high EQ or back. Okay, let's select that. Oh, it doesn't have anything else. Let me turn that off because I don't know if I want that. I can play with that later. Can you? Sorry, I thought you could see. All right, there's the limiter, display, RF tools, auto scan. Let's go to auto scan. Scan by group, he said first, and we will scan. So we're doing this step without the receiver on. Now, I'll probably need to do this again when I get to the church, but I just kind of want to walk you through the steps because I'm just going to try it probably Sunday morning. I was going to have rehearsal tonight, but no rehearsal. Maybe I can try it during internship, but I'm going to let you know the sound quality and all this. But I'll have to redo this process when I get there because it's a different location. Okay, it said group 6, channel 9 is the best. Do we want the frequency to be sent to the transmitter? Yes, he said hurry and do it because it'll shut off. Turn this on, and I'm gonna say yes, yes. Boom, check mark, it happened. Now these should match. There we go, group 6, channel 9, group 6, channel 9. We're on the same frequency. That's great. That's how easy it is to do. All right, it's the next day, and I did, in fact, test it at internship. I don't have it here with me because we plugged it up. A few things to note. I love it. It was so silent. It was so great. It sounded really good. I mentioned the Phoenix Pro ones a lot in this video. There's always some noise, just a little bit of a noise. And then when our lights move, sometimes it's like, you know, does some stuff. But for the most part, I've been dealing with it. I like it. It's budget. I didn't have a lot of money to spend and I love it. This set is noticeably quieter, way quieter. Is it worth double the money? That's one thing to factor. If you're annoyed by any other like sounds going on, this unit is really quiet. It's probably quiet because you can scan the room. Now, I didn't rescan it there. I had my interns do it to see how easy it was, and they tried once, got it the first time, and it sounded amazing. So it's also easy to set up and scan, just like the tutorial I just showed you. The in-ears, I used them. We didn't have rehearsal last night, but I did have like 3 auditions, and I like to put in a wireless pack with my in-ears and walk around while they are doing their audition. That way I can hear if they are on the click or not and responding to the cues. And also, I was able to test these. They sounded fine. They were good. But by the 3rd audition, I was like, I want my other in-ears. So, you know, they're budget, but mine are a lot better. But in a pinch, they sound good. It would just be like buying the KZ DQS or something, like $17. Kind of inexpensive. And really, the buds didn't sound that bad. It was the cable that was annoying me. So if you upgraded the cable, you'd be completely fine. And those are my thoughts and opinions. It works great. I'm going to be using it. If something happens, I will do an update video to let you know. But I'm going to make this my main one and demote the other one to my other vocalist across the stage. Now we'll have 2 wirelesses going on at the same time, and I will follow up and let you know. Click the links down below, whichever option you think is best for you. I would say if you have the funds, go with the Samson. Definitely better all the way around. Metal pack, really clear signal, nice upgraded in-ears, the pack for the in-ears, everything, all that was great. But if you really are in a pinch, you need something cheap, Phoenix Pro, I've been using it for 5 years or so. So anyways, thank you for watching. Hopefully it was helpful. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.